Hello everyone, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm sharing a look at my favorite club kits from Spellbinders for July 2025. In July, traditionally, I feel like it's the second year or the third year in a row, July is a Christmas collection. So it's Christmas in July. I will remind you that Spellbinders now does Christmas twice for club kits. There is a Christmas in July, so you have July designs or Christmas designs in July, and you also have Christmas designs in October. If you hear a little noise in the background, that's my kittens. I recently got two kittens, two kittens, two orange cats, a brother and a sister, and they are awake right now and they are playing and they want me to play with them, but I have a video to film, so I took a little break from filming or from playing with them, and I'm here with you. I'll see if I can grab them and show them to you during this video. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I have a few favorites this month. I didn't get to create with every single product. Just a reminder, there are 10 different club kits each month from Spellbinders, and you can purchase each one separately, or you can get them all together in one neat little bundle, which is called the Deluxe Caboodle. And if you get the Deluxe Caboodle, you also get a little bonus, and I'll show you that bonus in just a second. So let's jump right in. And the first set that I have here to share with you is the small die of the month. The small die of the month, this card is not the small die. Let me grab the small die cards. I have a bunch of cards to share today. So the small die of the month creates a fun mug. So this die will make the body of the mug. Then you have this die to create the handle for the mug. And then you can decorate the mug in 3 different ways to have different characters. So you can have a penguin, you can have Santa, and you can also have a reindeer. Then you have little pieces to use as embellishments. You have the little candy canes you can see here. You can have them wear a scarf. I cut my scarf from different colors of cardstock. You have a little snowflake, and then you have a little heart to decorate your cute little critters or mugs. Whoops, looks like I have the little kitty here at the foot of my desk, so let me bring them in. This is Lucifer. I'm not gonna let him walk here a lot because I don't want him to get acquainted, and I don't want him to know that he can walk here. So this is my little Lucy. You can take a look at him. He's just under 2 months old. So he is my first ever orange cat. Oh, adorable. And there's also his sister. Her name is Lucia. I know, the names are weird, and I'm always kind of quirky like that with my cat names. I want the names to be funny. And I know he's going to be a little devil, so that's why his name is Lucifer, but I'm calling him Lucy. Anyhow, let's go back to the small die. So that's the small die of the month for July. If you decide to get all 10 club kits, the Deluxe Caboodle, you will also receive a bonus item. And the bonus item is this fun little gingerbread. And the gingerbread can be turned into a mug. So it kind of coordinates with the small die. Here is my card created using the gingerbread and where I turned him into a mug. I really like this color combination. I've not done this in a long time, and I just love the way this turned out. So this is the gingerbread together with a small die. If you want to use just the gingerbread without the small die pieces, here are the gingerbread people that I created. So super, super fun for Christmas. Now, the cards that you see here, they also use the sentiment from the clear stamp of the month for this month. Here's a look at this stamp set. And this stamp set includes a bunch of messages. In fact, I've used pretty much all my cards today feature these messages. The kitties are at my desk again, and they're fighting. So I'm just going to grab both of them and show them to you real quick so you can see the 2 of them. So this one, slightly larger. This is the girl. So the girl is a little bit larger this time, or for now. Show us your little face. Lucia. This is Lucia. Oh, so cute. And then over there is Lucy, and I already showed you Lucy. So basically, they're both Lucy and Lucy. And let's go back to the card. Hopefully, I won't be distracting you guys too much, and they won't be distracting me too much with their shenanigans, but I just wanted to show you my little kitties because I'm just, I'm just so happy that I got them. Anyhow, so this is the small die and the bonus for July 2025. Next, another favorite of mine this month, let me put this away real quick. So another favorite of mine this month is the large die, and the large die is really clever. It is a very, well, as the name suggests, it's a large and beefy die set, and you can create a fun little scene, I guess. Well, not exactly a scene. Basically, what you have in this die set, you have a mug. So this die will create a mug. This die will create a liquid for the mug. You have three different ways to decorate a mug. You can create a snowman, Santa, and you can have a snowflake. So here I have Santa, here I have a snowman, and here I have the snowflake. You also have mittens, so dies to cut out mittens and mitten cuffs for the mittens. And you also have dies, it's these dies to die cut the sleeves or the hands that are holding the mug or the mittens. So you have pieces, die pieces to die cut something that basically looks like this. This is my morning coffee. And I really like this die set. You also have these two pieces, and they create steam that's coming out from your mug. I have a little steam piece here, but I also have another card that I just finished where I have a slightly larger piece of steam. And on this card, I just used the mug. I didn't do the mittens or the arms, so just the mug. And I've seen many beautiful examples where people have combined multiple mugs, you know, like 2 or 3 mugs. They have a nice arrangement. Very, very beautiful. But here I have the mugs and the mittens, so the hands are holding the mugs, and I think they're just so, so sweet. I really love the Santa icon and then the snowflake, not the snowflake, the snowman icon as well, because they can be used alone, without the cup, without the mug, without the mittens. So you can use those separately on other projects. So that is really nice and clever. And then in this die set, you also have a little sentiment, and the sentiment reads warm cocoa wishes. By the way, this is not how I usually store my dies. I ran out of the magnetic inserts for my craft stacks from Spellbinders, so I'm using some other magnetic sheets for now for this video. But this is not how I store my dies. I store my dies in zipper pouches from Simon Says Stamp. I have shared those in the past, but let me go ahead and grab one so I can show you. So I use these zipper pouches, and I just use my label printer, and I print the name and the date for the products. Then I just have all of the products inside in the pouch. I store my dies in either on magnetic sheets or in baggies, depending what I have on hand at the moment. And I also will put little die cuts that I have created but didn't use. For example, like I will store all of these pieces that I made but I haven't used on cards yet. I'll put them in this zipper pouch, so it's nice. Everything is nice and organized. Okay, so that was a look at the large die of the month. On this card, I'm also showing you the better press of the month for July 2025. Here I have another background created using the better press plate. Let me set this aside and grab the better press plate. So this is the better press plate. It is sized for A2 cards, so it measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And we have 2 sentiments. One reads Cozy Wishes, and then the other one reads Holiday Cheer. Here I have it foiled. So on this card, I foiled the background using gold foil on brushed black cardstock. You can see that beautiful shine and shimmer in the background. You guys know me. This is my favorite cardstock, or one of my favorite cardstock colors. On this card, I used the Windy cardstock from Spellbinders and Opal foil from Spellbinders. Here's Opal foil. So Opal foil will give you like a tone-on-tone result. So it's kind of clear with a little bit of shimmer to it. And whenever you use this color of foil on colored cardstock, I would not recommend using it on white unless you want to do foil resist. So you can use it on colored cardstock, and it's just going to give you that beautiful tone-on-tone look, a shade darker or a shade lighter foiled design. Very beautiful foil color. It's a little tricky to use because it's clear And once you cut it, it's kind of hard to tell which side is the correct one. But once you've used it a few times, you will get a hang of this foil. So I highly recommend this particular color, especially for Christmas projects. So this is the Better Press of the month. With the Better Press, just a reminder, you can press it using Better Press inks, or you can also use it in your Glimmer hot foil system and foil with your Better Press blades. I didn't press my Better Press blade this time. I only foiled it using the opal and the gold foils. Next, we have the Glimmer hot foil kit of the month, and this is again a beautiful background. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, so perfect for A2 cards. And there are 2 sentiments included, and one reads, "Sending winter hugs," and the other one is, "Let it snow." There is a little coordinating die or a banner strip die to cut these sentiments out. I'm not sure if that's the right one. Maybe it's not the right one. I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure that the die from this set will cut the sending sentiment out, and it looks like it's too short. So this could be just a random die on my desk, but there is a die included in this set to cut these out. I don't have any cards made with the Better Press or the Glimmer kit. I do have this background that I started to work on but didn't finish. This was foiled in gold foil on white cardstock, and then I just added some beautiful ink blending using light blue ink. I don't remember which color of ink that was. It was just some color of ink that was sitting on my desk. And then here I have another background. This one was fun because I tried something new. It's not new, it was just new to me because I've never done that in the past. So I embossed with my Glimmer plate, and I have a beautiful background. The embossing is very deep. It's nice and deep. It's deeper than the embossing that you would get with a die, but of course it's not as deep as the embossing you would get with an embossing folder. But still, it gives you another way to use your products. So with the Glimmer plates, you can foil, and then you can also try and emboss it. So this is what the embossed background looks like. And I also added some ink blending around the edges. So again, this card is not finished, but I just wanted, to show you what it looks like. And you can just add a little sentiment and have a finished project. Super, super simple. So this is again Glimmer of the month for July 2025. Next, I really like the embossing folders from this month. So we have 2 embossing folders. There's the 3D embossing folder and a 2D embossing folder. And both folders are large. Folders measure 5.5 by 8.5 inches. So you can make all sorts of cards using these folders. I also even like to emboss an entire sheet, so 5.5 by 8.5 inches, then just square it down the middle and have an embossed card base. I've actually not done that. I haven't done that in a long time, so maybe I should. But so this is the 3D embossing folder with the snowflakes. Here I embossed it on the windy cardstock from Spellbinders, and then I used white pigment ink. I went over my cardstock lightly, and the ink landed on the raised areas. Whatever is recessed or whatever is debossed has no ink and shows the true cardstock color. I also used the same color of cardstock to create the card base, and then I just added a simple Let It Snow from the Glimmer kit of the month, and I embellished my card using gems from Alt New. I wanted to use gems from Spellbinders. I really like their opal gems, but I don't have any. I'm all out. So I used mother of pearl gems from Alt New, and I added gems inside the snowflakes. And I really like how this card looks. It's very simple, but very beautiful. So this is the 3D folder. Now this is a 2D folder. Again, the same size of the folder. And here is the super simple card that I created. Again, same color of cardstock, same gold foil for the foiling, same white pigment ink for, to add the different color. I did use white or opal gems from Spellbinders. You can see I had a few left for this card, and I just added them inside of those snowflakes or flowers or poinsettias, whatever you want to call them. And I really like the simplicity of this card. This card is something that would be easy to mass produce. make multiples. If you know, let's say you need to make a bunch of cards for your coworkers, or you know, if you're a part of a book club or something like that, and you want to make cards for your friends in that particular group, this is a simple design to mass produce. It does take time for the white pigment ink to dry. Once I emboss them and I apply the ink on top, I set them aside for about a day. I then came back the next day and I finished my cards, because when you apply the ink and if you start working with your card, or you continue working with your card while the ink is wet, you're going to get the ink all over your fingers. You know, once you touch the paper, you'll see that you have a lot of ink transfer in your fingers. So just be mindful of that and let it dry. That's what I'm trying to say. So these are the 2 embossing folders for July. Another favorite of mine this month is the wax seal. The wax seal is absolutely fantastic. Again, I don't have cards with the wax seal, but I am going to use the wax seal to probably wrap my Christmas gifts. So here I have poured the seal using white wax, and then I use the gold pen, the gold marker. So I use this one, the Deco Color Premium Marker. I finally have a replacement in my stash. Now these markers, they actually come in 3 colors. There's gold, silver, and rose gold. I used to have all 3 colors, but then a few years ago I went to a show in UK, in Birmingham, and I brought my marker and we were using it at the show to demonstrate the wax seals and color the seals, and my marker did not survive. And I kept forgetting to order a new marker, and now I finally have. So I could go back to making beautiful seals with a marker and just having fun with the wax seal. So this is a square seal. It's a 1-inch square. I'm not always a fan of square seals. I do prefer the round or the oval shape, but you know, this kind of looks nice, and I see myself using it as a little topper on a gift. So I will definitely be using this wax seal this holiday season when I start wrapping my Christmas gifts. I have 2 more products that I did not show you, so I'm going to show them to you right now. I don't have any cards or any projects started using those products, but I still wanted to share them with you. So this is the stitching die of the month for July. If you enjoy stitching, this is a fun one. It actually creates a shaped card base, and the card base, the finished card will fit into an A2 envelope. So you have 2 dies. You have the base die, and then you have the insert die, and the insert is what adds the stitching holes, and you can decide to stitch or skip stitching depending what you like. I have used stitching dies many times and I have skipped stitching. I really like the look of faux stitching with the stitching dies, but then many times I have also stitched the stitching dies because, again, I like stitching on my cards and I find it to be very relaxing and therapeutic. So this is the stitching die. And then the last but not least, we have the stencil of the month. The stencil of the month is fabulous. I really like it. I'm just running a little out of time, and that's why I don't have any projects created using the stencil, but I still wanted to share it with you. So we have 2 designs. Design number 1 is this one with like it's a knit design, I guess that's what you would call it. And then the other one is this one. We have 4 layers. And let's see if you guys can see this maybe a little bit better. Maybe not. Okay, I'm just going to show you each design one by one. So this is a layering or a building stencil, a building background, and the idea is you stencil each layer using a different color of ink, and you have yourself a beautiful little background. I'm going to pop a picture from the Spellbinders website so you can get an idea of what design you can create using this stencil. So this is a look at the Spellbinders July 2025 Club of the Month products. As a reminder, clubs are now available. So clubs are available to new members on the 6th of each month, and the last day to join is on the 27th of each month. If you join the club, if you are a club member, you get early access to new arrivals. So if you join today, let's say on the 6th of July, you also get early access to the new arrivals that will otherwise become available to everyone else on July 10th. And you also have 10% off, which is a nice perk. Okay, I feel like I've covered all of it. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know which card is your favorite or which club is your favorite this month. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Hopefully my kitties won't keep me away from my craft room. Love you. Bye.